Okay, I started the intro.
Yeah.
Hello and welcome to the KonaCast, guaranteed 100% Trevor free. I'm Jaron, and to my right is
Pablo.
And I'm Trey.
And I'm Jack.
hello and welcome to the Kona Jack. All right, so this week, boys, what do we got? What are we shacking, Sha?
Belle Delphine faking that she got arrested.
Yeah, I actually
was
did want
fake.
to. I did want to talk.
Yeah, it
about
was fake.
That's funny.
There's no police record.
You have to admit that didn't look like a genuine mugshot.
I don't.
Nobody's
know
gonna
what
just
mugshots
like
look
sit
and
there
I
with
didn't
that
really-
cheesy.
I'm not
Grace
studying
Bill.
I mean,
Belle
it is Belle
Delphine's
Delphine.
mugshot.
You've not seen her mugshot?
I don't know. I haven't.
She's like
I
got her
heard that.
e-girl makeup on and
Oh.
everything still,
Oh.
and she's just smiling the whole time. I'm like, yeah, you went to jail.
Got
You ever seen, like, the
arrested.
pictures?
XD.
Comparing Belle Delphine with makeup versus without.
No.
She goes from looking like an e-girl to looking like a 12-year-old high school boy.
Oh, you're right though. Like her mugshot does look a lot different than her.
Like, it's...
Are you a fan of her work, Jared?
No.
I'm a fan of that bathwater.
You should stop.
We should brew Kona coffee with gamer girl bathwater. and
Oh
drink it.
my god. Put
That
Gamer Girl
that
bathwater in a
would be
Keurig.
great clickbait, honestly.
Making ramen noodles with Gamer Girl bathwater.
Disgusting.
Alright.
Alright.
At least you boil out all, like, the...
And in
Nasties.
other news, Trisha Paytas faking her gender, I guess. I'm not sure what she did,
I
but
remember hearing about that. I just didn't like read it.
so Trisha Paytas, you know her.
Wait, is that the
you
one
probably don't love her.
She did stuff with Shane Dawson, right?
I'm not sure
I
about
don't know.
that
I,
far.
remember, I used to have friends
I didn't
that
read
were
too
big
far
into
into
that,
her.
like,
I didn't read too far into her. I just know her from like the H3H3 video where
yeah, okay, yeah.
she edits her pictures
Yeah.
to make her look so not like herself, and her lip injections look awful, I think. But in a recent video she made a video called I Am Transgender, Female to Male, and in the video, immediately next to each other, she says, I 1000% identify with being transgender, but also I 1000% identify with my natural born gender. And the LGBTQ community went nutso on her for good reason.
Yikes.
One, that's stupid to say.
Just dumb.
I'm transgender. Yeah, I'm a boy, but I'm
I'm also-
definitely a girl. I'm not gonna put in my opinion about transgender
Wait, what?
because I've already put too much about my opinion out there that could trigger a lot of people and start a lot of controversy with
Wait.
the whole
World
Brendan
War
Urie
III gets
thing.
started.
What's the name for somebody that has both?
Binary?
No.
No.
That's not.
I'm not
Is it
sure.
hermaphrodite?
Oh,
that's if
you
they
mean
have
like
both genitals, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't
Yeah,
think she
that's
has
what you're
both
talking about.
genitals.
yeah.
Because she identifies as both.
That is not how it
No.
works.
She said like that the reason she identifies as a boy is because the only time that she wears makeup is when she's going for like a photo shoot or if she's going out for a show in public. So any other time she doesn't really do her hair or her makeup, so she identifies with boys in that way. I don't know about you guys, but even after having my morning shower and I'm putting on like my Joe boxers and my fuzzy bunny slippers, I still do my hair up like Dapper Dan.
I wish I could do my hair. It's just, it does what it wants.
There's too little of it.
We didn't need to go there.
All right. In other news,
Sorry.
so you guys hear about the NBA in China?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
NBA.
The NBA, then into Blizzard,
And it's like,
and South Park.
yeah. It's
Don't know any
so-
of what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I don't
you know how the Hong
Really?
Kong protests are happening? Well,
Oh, yeah.
certain, I think, I forget what NBA team it was, but they supported the protesters.
I
They're
thought
like,
it
"Yeah,
was
we
the
definitely
chairman of
support
the NBA.
Maybe. I don't know,
I'm
but
sure
it
it
was for one of the teams, I think, and the guy goes like, yeah, I support what they're doing out there. They lost Adidas, all Chinese, like,
Adidas.
and it's Nike, and it might have been Nike, I'm not sure. Okay, shut up, Jaron. But they lost all endorsements by them. And then they like immediately went back and they're like, yeah, we're sorry, we love China, yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are epic.
Pretty sure the dude got fired.
Oh.
And NBA released a statement saying, "Hey, we love China. There's nothing wrong with what you're doing. You're not violating human rights at all."
Oh no.
We totally just don't love money. So then a gaming company, Blizzard,
Ring.
An esports player voiced his opinion about it, and then
an esports winner. He won a major tournament for Blizzard. It was one of their games. And they decided, he started spouting like pretty much propaganda at the end when they have like a victory speech. They permanently banned him. They kicked him from all servers. They have banned Winnie the Pooh from being shown in their chat.
yeah, because
We just lost all Chinese endorsements, by the way. I'm sorry.
They will not let anybody in a Winnie the Pooh outfit into their events.
Are you serious?
Yep.
about to pull my red tank top.
They can't stop all
They-
It's like banning you from naming your kid Adolf.
Here, oh wait, they've banned a lot of people's accounts for no reason and will not give a reason, just because they want people to stop deleting their accounts.
would I play World of Warcraft now?
Exactly.
Is that Blizzard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
Pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's
stupid.
Blizzard.
In other news,
Wait. There was one more company, wasn't there? Oh, South Park.
South Park. That's the
South
whole
Park made
episode
a.
got banned in China.
Yeah. No, not the whole episode. The whole show got banned in China.
And that's understandable.
Isn't that a
though.
lot of
Have you
things in
ever
China?
watched South
Oh,
Park?
yeah, I mean, I didn't get to as a kid, but my friends would like invite me over and they'd be like, "We're gonna watch some South Park." I'm like, "What is this?"
A while ago, I got Hulu for the first time, and one of the first shows I started watching was South Park. Now, I watch a lot of weird adult cartoons like Aqua Teen Hunger Force and Archer. Those shows are fine. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is Adult Swim, so that's just random in general. Archer is a great show. South Park literally made me feel dumber. I don't know how I passed.
I don't know.
I don't know how I passed iStep or Acuplacer after watching South Park because I felt so stupid after watching that
Why?
show.
Okay, wait. So South Park released a press release apologizing to China.
Why?
Really, they're mocking. So I'm gonna read a little bit.
Okay.
Like the NBA, we welcome these Chinese censors into our home and into our hearts. We too love money more than freedom. Long live the great Communist Party of China. May this autumn's sovereign harvest be bountiful. We good now, China? And that's it. That's all they said.
Any of our Chinese listeners out there, we're sorry that this episode has been banned in your country. But if you have like something that we're not sponsored by, ExpressVPN, then you could probably listen to this.
In other news, this is kind of old, but Ninja getting mad that they didn't ban this one. I think it was a girl live streamer who was like full out naked on her stream, and she didn't get banned whatsoever. But like guys will get banned for saying like a bad word.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk
Oh
about
no,
your-
it was throwing her cat. That wasn't it. It was the
Oh,
guy
that
who
one.
throwed her
Oh,
cat on
that
stream, and she didn't get banned or like punished whatsoever. And Ninja said like the N word, and he gets
The
banned.
N-word.
What are you saying?
Are you saying one
Oh,
should have a
don't you
harsher
know, like
punishment?
Tekashi 6ix9ine, because he's Hispanic, he can say the N-word?
What?
Whoa.
In Tekashi 6ix9ine's songs, like every one of them, he just screams the N-word and no one like goes crazy on him or anything like that. And they're like, oh, he's Hispanic, so he can say it. What?
People just stopped caring in music. Music like that, people don't care anymore.
People cared about Logic when he did
Really?
that. Kendrick Lamar went crazy about it. That's what I heard.
That
And he was just like, because he heard that like Logic's dad was black, and I think Kendrick Lamar said, I think we should just remove the N-word from rap in general.
That's
like
Kendrick. All right.
we're not gonna touch that immediately.
We're not going there.
So
We don't need to.
I'm thirsty. I'll be back.
You're
okay.
I'm
thirsty?
just gonna get up and leave. I'm really thirsty. So.
Oh, I got water here.
You do?
You want some?
Yeah, I'll take a sip.
Are you in need of any hydration, Pablo?
I haven't been hydrating lately. My piss has come out so black. I'm just
Black. Just red. Pure red.
Black tar.
Thank you for the sip.
You're welcome.
So what else do we have to talk about, boys?
Oh, how about we talk about expanding the channel a bit more and add more variety?
You can lead that topic, Pablo.
We add more variety.
Pablo.
Just discussing.
You're bad at discussing.
We could do like stupid things. We should have like a dedicated channel, which I've already made.
Have you?
I mean, I made the Gmail account. It's just I think it's like KonaCastOfficial@gmail.com or
Loser.
KonaCast was taken.
Really?
Yeah, KonaCast@gmail.com was taken.
Somebody just swooped in and took it. It's somebody watching.
It's our fans, guys.
Bro.
I'm just kidding.
It's like
Suffering
people
from
going
success.
on an online game and, like, for example, putting in "Call Me Carson" before "Call Me Carson" gets on there.
Suffering from success.
No. But yeah, we're thinking about opening the channel up to more video content than just the podcast.
So like we still have the podcast, but we also have like top 10 life. I'm joking.
No, I don't like that.
Jaron was
Just-
talking about.
I wanted to start my own personal vlog channel for not just the KonaCast set of friends, but for another set of friends, because I feel like the people that I put myself around are very full of content.
And you want to
It's
harvest
just
them.
free content.
The content
but-
of our lives.
I feel like I would just get some good content from that, maybe make the podcast more popular, and then maybe being involved in YouTube a little more, hopefully gaining popularity from that would get me more on a relevant status for the podcast.
If enough people meme us, we
Like, I
become
know
real.
that relevant was a big word used a lot in, like, 2016 to 2017, but, like, hopefully I can get some sort of grasp
Crowbar.
on YouTube a little more from doing a channel.
Spend a bit more time doing it yourself.
Ooh, that was a roast.
There was
I don't know.
you made a website, didn't you? Making.
Oh, well, I mean, so for my college class, I'm taking a web development class, so I have to, the final project for the semester is you have to develop your own custom website with like HTML and CSS. You have to code it by hand, you can't use any tools. So I mean, I could code that and then see how it looks, and if it's ugly, I'll just move to like something like Wix or Wordflow or, you know.
Speaking of, this week's sponsor.
No, it's not. We're not.
This
Stop.
week's sponsor is not Squarespace. Make your own website today in the easiest way possible. Tubefark.com/TrueGooden.
You know, we've all listened to a tutorial by some 8-year-old with a really crappy mic and a fan in the background at one point in our lives.
We
That
have.
was me.
Hey guys,
Uh-huh.
today we're gonna be.
You don't have to listen
coding-
if you create it. I used to make videos on YouTube that I took down a long time ago because some German
What a
kids
shame.
were attacking me about it because I took their cult leader's name or something like that.
They're
It was
cold.
it was a really weird situation, but I
Hey
used to
guys,
make-
it's Adolf Hitler here, back with another Minecraft tutorial.
So I used to make videos where I would take a Bulbasaur plush and a Jolteon plush and I would just bounce them around my room and
I remember
I would
this.
like they were kind of funny for the time, but then it just got weird and my friend also made videos like that with a Jigglypuff, with a bunch of Jigglypuff plushes, and eventually we did a collab channel together called Modern Day Idiots, and we just made tutorials with us and our real faces instead of plushies.
This
and
just sounds like the start to a hentai addiction.
No, yeah, oh, okay.
What do you mean the
Like-
start to one?
The progression, the early progression.
So anyway, we made a skit channel and it was funny, but like I used to be that little kid who just made the stupid little tutorial videos, but they weren't tutorials. One of them was just a Bulbasaur training you in exercise, and it's just me rolling him around on an exercise ball
Oh no.
and throwing weights at him.
You should have found these archived footage and we
I
could-
can't anymore. I deleted it a long time ago.
Feels bad.
It's all gone.
I still have some old like class videos and stuff. I remember I was
You ever watch a video from yourself in the 5th grade and you're just like, oh man.
man, I
That's
should have
rough.
ended it there. Yeah, no, I feel you.
You
My
ever go
lo- my
back
looks
through your
peaked in the
Snapchat
7th grade.
conversations that other people have saved and just go, what was I talking about?
No. I don't look at old conversations.
I just get streaks.
Hey.
A year in previous Jaren ago was
A year in previous Jaren ago.
What?
okay. A year ago and before Jaren was very poetic and tried to romance people with poetry.
Certain person.
Romance.
Yeah,
Oh no.
So I remember Sophia looked back on our conversations before we started dating, and I just was looking through what I said. She'd have like these one sentence responses, and then there would just be 3 or 4 lines of response from me that were very poetic.
Ouchie.
And I was reading through them being like, oh. And now when you go through it, it's just like pee pee piss pants, big poo poo, and she's like, what are you talking about?
The fuck are you on
I remember
about?
like middle school and everybody was like, poo is like not funny. I don't know why you say that. You gotta like be more hardcore with your humor. Us seniors, pee pee poo poo.
And now,
Uh-oh.
Stinky.
Stinky.
Ow.
How'd you? In a seductive way. Why's my pee pee hard? Stop it.
Stop it.
Stop.
it.
There's a microwave in here. You guys have any forks?
Bro, can we microwave the mic?
We put the Blue Yeti and my computer in the microwave.
not
In the
Prank
clickbait.
gone wrong, gone
microwave.
sexual.
Not clickbait.
Prank gone wrong, gone sexual.
Not clickbait. I destroyed my fucking YouTube channel. hard hours of editing wasted
I think it's like minutes on Pablo's part. I don't know.
on a fucking LG microwave. No, LG's the TV company.
It's an LG microwave. No, we'll go with that.
I actually have something I'd like to discuss.
All right.
I recently found a thread of pictures of some of the strangest guns like ever invented.
And Jackson.
All right.
Some of them are just ridiculous. For example, the first picture on the first picture in the compilation it's a standard looking handgun, and then when you scroll down a bit, it has 2 drum magazines attached to the bottom of it.
I've seen those. Like those are actual things that people can buy.
It looks like a chode.
No.
Speak for yourself.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know. Or there's a thing called a punt gun, which it looks like a shotgun if you just made it as big as 2 people laying on a sidewalk.
Gun
Jesus.
It was made for hunting entire flocks of geese at once.
You just like stick it into the ground and
That's
just
what a
wait for something to go
blunderbuss
over.
is for. What are they doing?
The photo
Oh.
is of a man holding it up, and
Yeah, you could take down an entire V.
what? Oh my god, yes.
All you'd have is just a
It takes 2
backslash.
people to hold it up because of how obtusely long it is. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Green moose.
Or
Rubber goose.
you know how in like old Looney Tunes cartoons they would like say what was the hunter's name?
Elmer Fudd.
Elmer Fudd. He was about to like shoot Bugs Bunny or something. He just bend the barrel to shoot him
Yeah.
back. That's a thing.
Yeah.
In
The Mythbusters listened to this.
Yeah, wasn't it like
I
the
don't know
Germans
what
made like a
year, yeah.
curved gun and like it was supposed to curve the bullet around walls?
you could attach it to the end of your gun.
Yeah, but it kept breaking through the barrel, so they just did away with it.
Mythbusters did a whole segment on that, and you can only shoot like 1 shot, and it actually going through, and then everything else just gets messed up.
Mm-hmm.
They took ballistics gel, put it there. They put the gun around a corner. They had a little, and then and shot into the ballistics gel.
Neato. Well, still, it's funny that someone's like, "What if we bend the gun?"
Yeah, like the Tom and Jerry meme format where he sticks the gun through the wall.
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah.
household and it comes back.
Or
There's a lot of Looney Tunes cartoons where they make jokes about shooting themselves in the head.
Yeah.
Worrisome.
Looney Tunes is pretty dark back in the day.
Yeah, it was a...
Tom and Jerry was dark. The final
Tom and Jerry.
episode had Tom and Jerry sitting on a train track waiting to die.
Dude, final episodes were pretty whack. The final
Yeah.
episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog was Courage controlling the entire family with like
Oh
like they
yeah,
were puppets.
marionettes. Yeah.
And then living out his life with a pair of puppets.
Stupid dog. Stupid dog.
I think he actually does that.
That whole
He,
TV
like, used to
series
puppet him.
terrified me as a child.
Yeah, I used to hate scary stuff, and that was like something I refused to watch, especially the Mummy one.
I actually watched a video on it. The reason that they thought everything was so scary, like that people think everything is so scary in that, is because whenever something you're supposed to be scared of comes on screen, it's a different art style.
It's multimedia, and it is like jarring to see a quick
Man in the
snap
Moon
change.
Was a weird
Oh,
one because
God.
they just
Yeah.
recorded his actual face and just widened it out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
no.
there was just a 3D model of a husk just sitting there
Ew.
saying, "Return me the slab," and that was horrifying as a child. What's up for my
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they used different art styles to provide a jarring so that it would seem otherworldly and it would seem scarier. Which is so big brain!
It
It's
is
just whack.
So,
So big brain!
I think the horror medium is very interesting because depending on what you're like specializing in, I feel like you can make like I don't know. I just think it's interesting how different mediums of art, like be it reading or comic books or animation or just simple drawings, just depending on how you utilize what you're doing, you can really freak some people out.
Mm-hmm.
For example, anyone here know who Junji Ito is?
No.
Isn't that the girl who made the Momo?
No.
No.
Do you know?
Momo.
None of you guys know Junji. Okay. He is a Japanese horror manga writer, and he has a very like well-known technique in a lot of his like works that's pretty much unique to the comic book like medium, because since if you're reading a book, you have to turn the pages. That's you can't. It doesn't like you're not being pushed along the story. You're moving it yourself. So there's like a bit of your own input there.
Yeah.
But specifically with comic books, if you want to see what's going on next, you have to physically turn the page and subject yourself to it. So oftentimes on the very last like panel of a page, it'll show somebody's reaction to something before you have to turn the page and see some ungodly nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone listening, please, right now, look up Junji Ito illustrations.
Good luck spelling that.
It's spelled like it sounds. Junjito.
Look at you try to remember how to spell it.
I can't spell good.
I spelled
That is
that.
Hentai. I repeat, that is Hentai.
Or like
We are minors.
We're right.
We don't know what this stuff is.
We haven't
Scary
unlocked
Stories
that
to Tell in
film.
the Dark. I know you guys know what that is.
Yeah, I saw the movie
The-
poster.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you?
Yeah, I've heard
Steak Man? Have you read any of them?
of it. No.
The Scariest Stories to Tell in the Dark
Okay.
really freaked me out as a kid.
See, I didn't like books.
See, you're a chimp. Those were fun. I was terrified of them, but man, are they a time.
Some of them I feel like there's an element of horror where like it's like the try not to laugh challenge. If you tell yourself not to laugh, it's kind of hard. But if you read something that's like supposed to not be scary or supposed to be scary, and you tell yourself that it's not that scary, it gives you a little bit more of like a sort of sinking feeling to make it a little scarier.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a little bit of an element to it that makes it like creepier.
Yeah.
I feel like, because, like, in the back of your head, if you're trying to convince yourself of something, you feel a bit weaker because of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know.
Like the game.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like what?
What?
He said Amnesia the game.
Oh.
Dude, Amnesia: The Dark Descent. So good.
I haven't ever played that or watched any of the
A
videos. I
game
never
for
hopped
pigs.
on that trend.
I was such a fan. I loved it. Anyway, we can go away from the horror.
Yeah, sorry.
We want to talk about a new movie that recently came out.
Joker.
I
Let's hop
haven't
on this
seen
train.
it.
You haven't.
Oh, but it's gonna be too late to talk about it.
I don't care.
You don't care? Are you not gonna watch it?
I will, but I'll enjoy it. So.
Yeah, you will.
It's too confusing to not enjoy it. I don't know what the critics are talking about. That
I
movie
know.
was great.
Yeah, the Rotten Tomato
They don't
reviews are-
like art. They want money.
This is true. I hate it.
Look at the Disney Sony breakup. Like, I mean, they fixed that, but
Chimpozoids.
they fixed it eventually because if the fans are what give the people money. If they don't give the fans what they want, then their money goes away. If they announce that they're breaking up something with Sony, then they're gonna lose the money. You need to think of it.
We're in the money.
You need to think of it ethically as well as like monetarily. Isn't that the word for money?
Yeah, monetarily.
Monetary. Because
monetize.
we live in a supply-demand sort of thing.
We live in a
People will
society.
buy
That's where I
what
thought
they
he was
want.
going with that.
People will
Yeah.
buy what they want, and that's the whole idea behind it. Everybody wants Joker, but now the critics are hating it because they think it's going to inspire hate?
And violent.
What is it?
Yeah.
The guy.
When I
Which
left
is
that
just-
movie, I
the guy
didn't feel
killed
that at all.
people.
I just felt like crying for the guy.
Yeah.
You feel sympathy, but like, you don't feel like you're gonna go out and riot.
the.
At least any sane person doesn't. Right? They got so scared about a shooting on it.
Yeah, there were cops when I went to go see it. It was the second day it came out. There were cops in the theater.
Jesus.
Like they're never in the theater. I walked in. He's standing right there, looking at everybody walking toward the Joker movie, and I was like,
Okay.
Excuse me, officer. Can you see my gun through these pants?
Speaking of guns, I know this isn't Joker related, but
Okay.
I went down a YouTube rabbit hole last night, and I
As you do.
came across a video about how the CIA developed a bunch of small, like not one-time use, but like really crappy but easily usable handguns to drop them to insurgents so that they can be shot once, and then you take the other person you just killed's gun. And they have no serial numbers, no nothing on them, and they were mass-produced.
Huh?
That's pretty whack.
That's kind of scary.
Speaking of the CIA and
Speaking
scary
of horror
things,
element.
you guys ever heard of Operation Northwood?
Oh my god.
No, we'll get banned in America if we talk about that.
I heard about that. I don't want to talk about that.
We're not gonna. Listen, if you ever thought of questioning the United States government,
Right.
look up Operation Northwood. Otherwise, we're not gonna talk about it. Right there, we're done and
Yeah,
dusted.
all right, okay. So back to Joker. Really good movie, and you know the part about it is when he killed certain people, I don't want to say he's justified because he kind of did them for no reason.
Some of the murders were not justified.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like
a lot
it-
of things were not justified. Like, this isn't really a spoiler warning. Spoiler warning for any people out there. This is not a spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear anything about Joker, then Pablo, I know this is going to hurt, but you're going to need to find a timestamp that people can skip to.
Okay.
Okay?
It's okay.
Okay.
All right.
It's okay.
So, there's a scene, this is not a spoiler, but like, there's a scene where he just empties his fridge and sits in it.
Yeah.
And it offers nothing to the movie.
It doesn't. It
He's
doesn't
like
do
listening
anything.
to voicemails that actually offer nothing to the plot. I don't think they did anyway. I think
All
it
right,
was
no,
ju-
he's listening to a voicemail from these dudes, and it's just repeating what they've already said in a previous
yeah,
scene.
and he's scooping his fridge out, and like all his watermelons are landing on the floor. He just throws the rack into the
He
sink,
takes
and
his
then he.
bread out of the fridge.
It was like a
People do that.
It was a 15-second scene, and he just sits in the fridge and doesn't come out.
And then it just hard
and then
cuts
it
to the
just
next scene.
yeah, it just cuts to the next scene. He's just sitting
Which
there.
is
scrawny.
another record, another, what's it called?
Editing?
No.
Figment of his imagination.
It's not a figment of his
What do you
imagination.
describe it?
schizophrenic episode.
No. It cuts to him laying in his bed, like, in the background, and it's the voice recording
Yeah.
of the Franklin show.
Yeah, it cuts right to something with the plot.
Spoiler. Oh, AirPods fell. Okay. Spoiler warning. I'm just gonna cut out like put a timestamp out of this entire segment. So, The scene when there was a meme. It's when you walk into your girlfriend's apartment and she says, "You're Arthur from down the hall, right?"
Dude, that killed me. That entire like twist, it got me.
And
That
the
was
weird thing is
weird.
that they had he imagined that they had.
I know,
Yeah.
yeah. He's a little wacky.
Imagine your first time.
Hey Murray, vibe check.
What was this?
Jack's
meme?
not getting anything.
Did Jack
I
show me
don't
that meme? No, I don't think Jack showed me the meme. There was a meme. Someone showed me it. Shout out to whoever showed me it. And it was I can't pronounce it. Is it Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix.
Joaquin
yeah.
Phoenix. He did an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, and he sat down. He says,
Oh my god.
"So you invited me on your show to make fun of me?"
No. Have you watched that? He actually makes fun of him the entire time. He mocks him for being for enjoying dancing as a young kid. He mocks his way of acting. He mocks it like it's so bad. And then he shows a clip of Joaquin yelling at somebody because he's getting in character, right? It's that like not method acting, but still getting into character like that. You get kind of fucked up, right? And he had like an earpiece in, and the dude was just incessantly talking, and Joaquin snapped at him. And they have a video of him snapping and yelling at him. Joaquin was not prepared. He for the next minute and a half, he's stumbling over his words and he can't say anything. And Jimmy Kimmel's just laughing.
I hate
So you
most
invited me
late
to
night
shit.
talk shows.
Eric
I think
Andre's great.
that's not a late night talk show.
It totally
That is a horror show. A beautiful one that I enjoy watching very much, but I would not consider it a talk show.
That's fair.
What's up, Mellow Mike?
What?
I've actually watched a lot of videos on Joker. I really enjoy the movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it 3 times.
If you haven't seen it, recommend it.
It's worth a watch. It's definitely worth a watch.
And if you have seen it, go ahead, go and watch it. It's a great movie.
Go watch some interviews.
Go watch it again.
Fun fact, they made the score for the movie before they started filming.
That was the same for Baby Driver.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
in
cool.
I think 2000.
Should have been called
I
Oedipus
feel like
Driver.
you don't think that's cool.
I've watched Baby Driver. No,
Okay.
Baby Driver's such
I
a good
love-
movie.
Should have been called
Edgar
Oedipus
Wright
Driver.
is
Mm,
a beautiful man, huh?
Should have been called Oedipus Driver.
should have been called what?
Oedipus Driver.
He just misses his mom. Are you saying
Oedipus
Whoa.
Driver.
So Trisha Paytas.
No. I want to
No.
talk about art films.
Art films.
Art.
Films is an art form. I remember you reviewing your
I-
essay over this.
Cool.
Endgame.
Man, that was fun.
Endgame.
Okay.
Endgame's good.
Okay.
Controversial opinion. I
Don't you
think
say it.
Marvel movies are good, but they heavily lower people's standards for what good films should be.
Okay, here's the thing. They're just their
It's-
own genre.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's like
Because
Wild
it's-
West films in the 50s. Everybody just watched the shit out of them.
My grandpa still does.
Exactly.
He,
On
like-
Spotify, Disney is a genre, and
Yeah.
Marvel's whole soundtracks are on there.
Yeah.
Disney is its own genre now.
Disney has. Oh, okay. Not gonna lie. I don't know if you guys
So
are Star
all
Wars
music.
fans,
Oh, obviously.
but Disney is start like a new series on there, like because they left Netflix, they started
Disney
doing
Plus.
shows, and they're
Disney
having like
Plus.
Disney Plus. They're having like a thing about Mandalorians and like.
Oh,
like,
The
bounty
Mandalorian.
hunters
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
It looks really good. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like the Loki show.
Disney lore? Not Disney lore. Star Wars
Star
lore?
Wars lore?
Mmm. Shit slaps.
Tasty.
Tasty.
But like, I don't know. I think, like, if you see a Marvel movie, you're gonna enjoy it. It's well made. The action's usually fun. But I feel like I don't want to sound like a fanboy that's like, oh, I miss the good old days. But like, comparing like Tom Holland's Spider-Man to, Spider-Man of the past, not Garfield. I don't know why I can't remember his name. What's his
Tobey
name?
Maguire.
Tobey Maguire. That Spider-Man was just, there was just something about how it was a little under, like, it didn't have a huge budget. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
it was-
Like, there's just a bit of a charm to it, because instead of, like...
Like Halloween.
Hmm?
Like Halloween had like a very low
Oh, like,
budget,
yeah,
and it's
yeah.
a timeless
Gotcha,
classic
gotcha.
now. even though it sucks. I love the Halloween franchise, but it sucks. Halloween sucks.
Yeah.
Halloween 2 was when it got good. And they had $1 million budget for that.
Well,
Any movie can be a success.
But,
if
like,
it's wacky enough.
okay, could you guys quote give me a Tom Holland quote?
Quackson.
No, I mean,
Well,
I
alright.
mean like a Tom Holland Spider-Man quote. Like it doesn't even have to be from him, just something from the movie.
Night Monkey.
Night Monkey.
Yeah, you didn't see our.
What were you doing in
No.
here? I was
I got a
watching
quote,
porn.
I got
Hold
a
on.
quote.
They're minors.
He's not.
Please, Mr. Stark, I don't want to go.
Oh yeah.
I know that quote.
No. All right. So here's the thing about that. The old
Pizza
Tobey
time.
Maguire Spider-Man. Every
Yeah.
choice he made, like every action that he took, even if it was the right thing to do, he had consequences for it. That's
Yeah,
something they
I-
wrote into the movie. The new one, he doesn't have any consequences. Stark fixes all of his problems until.
That's
Well,
yeah,
he's
it's-
dead now.
Good.
I don't want to
Everybody
say
miss
it, but
Okay.
Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
but like in addition to just being a fun, like they're not great movies, but they're fun. They're a
Mhm.
lot more fun than most like more recent films that are coming out because like I don't. It's hard to describe. You could just tell that they were really excited about making it.
First
And
time I
they-
saw a booby.
Okay.
What?
And like the rest, when he goes up to like the guy's room and he's like, "Here's your money." There's like a girl with no shirt on in the background, and that's my
I'm so
first movie.
I'm very happy you remembered that, Pablo. Thank you.
The only scene I remember from Chappie, the movie about the robot with emotions, was that they were just watching porn on PlayStations in the background. I was like, huh. Yeah, me and Jonah were watching it. Shout out to Jonah.
Yeah, I like with Tobey Maguire. You got Pizza Time. You have
Pizza time.
Give me some more. No, there's Pizza Time. There's that one scene that
Yeah,
they're just
name me some
very,
epic lines from
getting,
Tobey
like,
Maguire.
very into a hot dog. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
dude, the dancing
Yeah, the dancing scene.
into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, that's different. That is different.
That's Sony. That's Sony.
I know that's Sony, but just
No,
like seeing
no.
the Tobey
I mean,
Maguire
it's
and
just-
the dancing.
It's
and
different. People give Spider-Man 3 so much garbage, and I do agree. It's not wonderful. They do not. They need to focus on one villain at a time. And if they went all out with Sandman, heck yeah, would have been a lot. I think. A
Attack
lot
of the
better.
Clones sucked.
But like,
I don't know. Clone Wars is cool though.
Phineas and
go
Ferb.
back.
Clone Wars
Go
is
back after you're done watching this. Please give us money. Go back and go
Support my
on.
Patreon.
I think it's on Netflix.
Speaking
Or
of
if not-
Patreon.
Shut up.
We'll do that after. That's the
No.
end. That's
Pablo,
the
you
end.
constantly interrupt
I
things
know.
with very little things.
Go-
Come on, man.
Go back and watch Spider-Man 3, and I promise you, don't do it alone. It's way more fun. Please, if you're going to watch Spider-Man 3, be safe. Don't be alone. Get some friends together.
Bring your
Make some
hatchet.
popcorn.
We're
What?
You said be safe. Bring a hatchet.
Okay. Make some popcorn. Get some friends. Have a Spider-Man viewing party, and once you get to the third one, by God, you will have a wonderful time because it is just so stupid.
E. Peter.
Like,
What?
It's like E-Boy, but Peter.
Oh, okay. E. Peter. Just sounds like a bad Family Guy reference.
Yeah, I thought you were going for an A. Peter.
Lois, have you heard of TikTok?
Oh no!
Oh, what'd I just say?
But-
It gets cursed the more you think about it.
Stop.
Ew.
Alright.
And if you don't have time or don't
Peter.
really care to watch all of Spider-Man 3, watch Donkey's video on Spider-Man 3 on how it's the best, like a cinematic masterpiece. It is so funny.
And then watch the Cinema
Donkey's great. Dude,
Yeah.
watch Cinema Wins. That's where it's at.
Or film your own opinions about movies.
Title
No,
card.
watch the movie yourself first.
Title card.
Title card.
Title card. 30 seconds of intros. Bing.
What's it called? But I used to watch CinemaSins all the time, with like in my living room, just on my phone before I had headphones and stuff. And my parents were like, "What is that dinging noise?" And I was like, "It's just a video."
I used
It's
to
the
watch-
carbon monoxide alarm.
I
It's a
used-
video.
I used to watch Common Awards a lot, and like their transition is like TV static changing the channel. It's like, and my mom was like, "You need to stop watching those inappropriate videos." Cause I was like, "What are you talking about?" And she's like, "I can hear all the censoring they're putting in it." And all they do is just show different transitions of cursed images, so it's very quick when it does the, and it just sounds like constant censoring. And my mom yelled at me.
Stop watching those inappropriate videos.
Stop
Yeah,
watching
no,
those
she
videos where they're censoring it.
And now she lets me watch Superbad.
Oh boy.
On the topic of great movies, Megamind.
Megamind is so
Megamind.
good. They need to remake
My
it.
boy,
I
my
am
precious son.
so sad that
I am your father.
it came out with a different. It came out when
Despicable
Despicable
Me.
Me came out,
And
and
Despicable
it
Me.
just
Yeah.
tanked because of it. That's another one. You guys need to watch Spider-Man 3.
Into the Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse if you haven't already, because
Joker.
it is just absolutely beautiful. Joker and Megamind. I don't care if you've seen any of them
And
already.
the robots.
I just
movie.
wanted to
Alright.
watch Megamind with
Robots.
Sophia as a joke once, like, you know,
And
just to
you
have
were,
like background knowledge.
into it.
And like,
Don't even
she
fake
was
yourself.
like, "I want to cuddle." I'm like, "Dude, this movie is great. Are you not watching this?"
Shut up!
Oh.
Shut up!
The bell rang. Thank you all so
All right.
much
Thanks
for
for
watching.
watching.
Subscribe to our garbage.
Hey,
Maybe
Patreon,
donate
Patreon.
on
We have a Patreon. It's linked in the description.
Yeah.
All right.
Like it?
We gotta
All right,
not be late.
Chimpozoids.
Well, see you
we gotta
guys.
Love
bounce.
you. Bye.